Hey, it's Dave, and welcome back for another installment of the Blood Bowl Diaries. So, the first match report is live on YouTube, and it's been well received. So, thanks to everyone who's watched it and commented. It's probably clear to everyone that we have no idea what we're doing. So, please do give it a like, leave a comment. That really helps push the old YouTube algorithm so our videos get a bit more reach. And ultimately, any feedback we get lets us know if we're doing a good job or not. So, we've another match report coming soon. This time, it's Tomb Kings versus Imperial Nobility. And once I finished editing, I'll put it here for all to see. I definitely came away from that game feeling like Tomb Guardians are overpowered for sevens, especially considering you can take two, and having two strength 5 players on the board in sevens was amazing for me and just terrible for Gav, to the point where I had to ask the question on the Blood Bowl Facebook community, are Tomb Guardians overpowered for sevens? I got a load of responses, so thank you all very much for that. The general feeling is no, they're not. Due to their low mobility, once your opponent learns to steer clear of them and give them some space, you can just move around them. Well, we haven't learned that lesson so far, so I'll keep cracking skulls until the boys learn to steer clear. So I don't want to give anything away about our most recent game, but woohoo! I forgot how unforgiving Blood Bowl can be. Like the karmic seesaw just seems to like stick with one player, and because the game is such high levels of risk reward, you can get to a point in a game where your opponent has had such bad luck that you start to feel sorry for them, and you think, oh, I'll give him a chance and I'll do something risky, but then it pays off, and then you do it again and again. And all the while, Nuffle is just patting you on the head saying, oh, good boy, you keep pushing your luck, go on. And your opponent is feeling like they're getting penalised for taking safe options, rolling double skulls on a block, or not being able to pick up the ball like on a secure the ball action. And it's making me think that Blood Bowl does not reward players for playing it safe. And by taking bigger risks, you get bigger rewards. It's still a luck-based game, after all, but bad luck is felt so much more keenly when you're limiting the dice you roll and you end up failing what are perceived to be like safe rolls, like 2 ups, 3 ups, 2 dice block. But a player who's like happily entered into the agreement of pushing their luck will probably find themselves in a better position. Like your players are probably in better locations because you've undertaken more rushes, or you've created an opening by making loads of 1 dice blocks, and you've pushed or maybe even knocked your opponent down, or you've picked up the ball or made a pass to get the ball where you want it. Even all the while you're thinking, oh, this is risky. But it probably leaves you in a bit of a better mindset, like approaching it with a this is probably going to fail attitude. It just doesn't suck as much when it does, but it's just amazing when it pays off. So I really want your guys' opinion on this. Do you push your luck more than you feel comfortable with? Or do you play it safe and try to remove as many dice rolls from the game as possible? Or do you do a bit of both, and only push your luck once you've assessed the game or you've had one too many beers? Let me know in the comments. I'll be really keen to see what you guys think. So, in terms of progress, I am slowly getting through the Bretonians. I've got my first model done, minus the base, obviously. The scheme is opposite to a speed paint, and it's a particularly taxing paint job. So if these guys ever get above the numbers, above a sevens game, I would be amazed. I've also had a cheeky eBay win, and I've got a dwarf team on the way. I'm really looking forward to playing with these guys. Like my first ever experience of Blood Bowl was with a dwarf team. They can be a bit boring to play in a league. It's basically cage up fast every game. But I think with the introduction of Brawling Brutes, I think that'll encourage a bit more of an aggressive play style, like trying to land more injuries in the first half for a bit more freedom to try and get that 1-0 victory, because let's be honest, you're probably not pushing for anything more than that. And it'll be more beneficial in a longer term league because you'll be getting more SSP for causing more injuries. I've got a paint scheme plan for them, and I'll definitely do a video in the future talking through the plans for the dwarves and for the Bretonians, why I've got them and why I've chosen those paint schemes. So it's less than 2 weeks until we go to Warhammer World. Whoop whoop. And as well as playing Underworlds, we'll be starting our little sevens tournament, aptly named the Warhammer World Cup. Usual tournament rules apply, in that everyone needs to play each other twice. I doubt we're going to be able to get through 2 games, and if we don't, we'll just do it in the following weeks. In terms of advancements, I'm torn between going down the road of standard advancement, standard SSP, or going down amended sevens rules, which I'll flash up here, so that everyone gets to either nominate or randomly select a player on their team, and they get one randomly selected skill. But there is a chance that those players might end up getting taken off to the big leagues. They might get spotted, and it's on a dice roll, and based on how many skills you give them is the odds of whether or not they're going to go or not. So it stops people just piling skills just onto one player. So it's going to be an interesting one. And as it stands, Fitz will be bringing Chaos Chosen, painting in progress. Giz will be bringing Skaven, which he's already made a logo for, and Gav will be bringing Imperial Nobility. And given the amount of time it's taken me to get this far with the Bretonnians, I think I will be playing Tomb Kings. So who's going to come out on top? I'm feeling confident, but I think those Skaven are going to be an absolute nightmare. So that's all for today. And like I said, make sure you comment on how you view risk reward for Blood Bowl. And if you want to start placing bets on who will win the tournament, Chaos Chosen, Skaven, Tomb Kings, or Imperial Nobility, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you want more nonsense like this. And I'll see you all soon for more Blood Bowl. To Nottingham!
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click like, comment, subscribe, and join the guild.